Hi everyone, so today I'll be trying out a new collection that Spellbinders has launched for September of 2025. I hope in my last video I said September. Now that I think about it, I might have said August. Oh well. Yeah, it's for September. Their new collections. Quite a few new collections. Some are Christmassy and some are just, well, I think they're mostly all Christmassy. This happens to be the Merry Mischief collection, which is such a cute name. Really cute die and stamp sets in this collection. So you can see there's little dies, and stamps. There are 4 of them. There is a 1-in-all bundle. I do have a couple of them to share with you today. And then I have the background kind of Better Press peppermint twist to share with you. And then also the 3D embossing folder that goes along with the collection, which is really pretty. I think it has something to do with sparkles. So I will say these items were sent free of charge for my review. And of course, all opinions are my own. And the links I have in the description box will be affiliate links, which means I'll make a small commission if you purchase items to those links for the US and for the UK. And yeah, so what I have here is the Cozy Waddles, which is so cute, and then the Deck the Paws collection or set. Again, if you look at this little doggy, he looks very much like the little Halloween doggy with his little jack-o'-lantern from like last year, and then this year's little doggy also. So definitely mix and match with those guys if you would like. Super cute. Simple. I like that. Very straightforward. You have your die set. You have stamps that are like punny, I believe, that go with them. So let's check out the Cozy Waddles, what they have. It is a photopolymer stamp set, so that's always nice. What'll I do without you this Christmas? Snow Glad, we're friends, and you're a true gift are the sentiments that come along with him. And then, or with them, should I say, because this is actually a set of little cuddling penguins, as you can see. So really simple, your black background, the white accents, you know, whatever color you want to make the scarf, and their little, you know, accent feet and beaks and things, right? So there you go. And then our little paw guy over here, hopefully you can see what it is basically his little face will be in here, so he looks like he's part of the Christmas tree. So I try to put them in a way that makes sense. So that, you know, star in the background, his little face, the rest of his body, but you have the Christmas tree area, and then these, you know, pieces that can be cut out of white so that you have like a flocked Christmas tree, and then you have your tree lights right here with the little dies so you can run through and get a whole bunch of lights or berries or whatever you want it to be. This goes behind their eyes, right? The little muzzle area, and then the little tongue that sticks out. So that's what that one is. And then these are the sentiments that come with him. Deck the paws with love and lights. You're my shining star, and Merry Christmas to you and your pack. So every die set comes with a little sentiment set like that. Again, you have your Better Press, which I'm sure is just a little oversized for an A2. Yeah, so it's just over 4 1/4, so like 4 3/8 by, I'm sure, 5 5/8. Yep. So just a little bit bigger than A2 with that beautiful, you know, it's called a peppermint. I mean, honestly, if you want to do like an ombre with like yellow and oranges, or just like a yellow background, would be really cute, or anything, light blue. I mean, I can see that in lots of colors and lots of different backgrounds, not specifically just for Christmas time. And then this gorgeous thing, it's their 3D embossing folder. I love anything that has to do with ornaments, baubles, whatever you want to call them. So this one, it is an oversized embossing folder. Is, I think, Spellbinders basically going forward is always making them this size. I haven't seen a little guy from them in a long time. Oh, I guess they had one that was kind of structural, if you guys remember. But other than that, they're big guys. So it is 8 3/4 by 5 3/4, but it'll emboss an area that is 8 1/2 by 5 1/2. So you can do all your 5 by 7s, your A2s, your slimlines. They'll all fit in here. This is basically half a sheet of paper, right? So it'll emboss that whole thing at once. And I just love everything that's on here with that 3D. Of course, it goes up, it goes down in a nice buttery and undulating way there. So very nice, instead of just like a standard embossing folder where it goes up, straight across and back down, right? So there's lots of different layers here. I can feel that these are higher than like the snowflakes, and within the snowflakes, you know, the little ends are very rounded where these other areas are kind of more depressed. It's just amazing, the stuff they do. So in a video like this, I like to show you what I have for the collection, then I try out, you know, some of the pieces. So I will grab some cardstock. Excuse me, got tongue-tied already, but maybe a little further in than normal. So I'm gonna grab some cardstock, and yeah, I mean, it's all gonna be die cutting, other than if you want to do your Better Press or however. So today maybe we'll do the embossing folder, and then one of these little guys, and then the next one we'll do another die set with another pairing of a background. So I'll be right back. Okay guys, so I just grabbed some colors, and you might be thinking I'll use that blue for a background, but I'm not. I'm going to use the green for the background. And then I just grabbed a piece of orange. So let's go back. So I have a card base that is A2, so 8.5 by 5.5 scored at 4 1/4. I think I'm gonna make this a landscape type card. I'm using this bright green for the background. Why not? I know blue would obviously go with that, but you know, we have ornaments and things, so it's not necessarily just snowflakes in the background. Okay, I'm trying to think how I want to do this first. Let's go 5 3/8 this way. And, oh, you know what? Interesting. Well, I'll cut it from here. This piece would have worked out too, but let's go there. And then 4 1/8, because that's the matte layering I like. If you like the whole background, you know, 5.5 by 4 1/4, whatever it is you like, do that. But I always like to have a little extra of the border showing. And what I mean extra, I just like a little bit of border showing. I shouldn't say extra. I just don't do the whole matte layer is what I'm trying to say. But 5 1/4 by 4 is always nice. That's what I always start out doing. And now I just like the finer little edge. So there you go. So I'm going to take this. I'm going to run it through our embossing folder. And again, it does emboss 5.5 inches wide. So it's going to do this perfectly. It does have a direction, I would say, because if you ran it through this way, you know, they're going to be going the wrong way there. So definitely pay attention to that. And so I'll just run this through here. If you have any problems with your paper there, you can spray it a little bit, just a light misting of water, just so that it breaks up nicely and runs through really nice. But this paper generally just works. So I'll run that through. Whatever you need to do with your machine for it to be, whatever you need from your machine for it to work with the 3D embossing folder, right? They're a little thicker, a little different than regular embossing folders. I don't need, oh, well, let me see. See, I was about to cut this. Oh yeah, I can. I'm just going to tear this paper. We are going to use, I have scissors right next to me. I don't know why I insist on tearing paper, but, oh, actually I have Miranda's scissors. I need to give those back. I was cutting something with my daughter's little scissors here. Okay, so black for the background there. White for these accent pieces, right? We get a little tape here. And throw that away, keep this in my stash. What else do we need? Oh, a little bit of this and a little bit of this. Okay, so for the little feet, yes, even the piece that I cut is actually, that I tore is actually bigger than what I need. And I said ves, that's in Spanish, that means you see. I'm not sure why I threw that out there. In my real life, I probably say that very often with my kids and things. Not my real life, but you know, not on video, I guess. This is real life. But there you go. Let's see here. I need another little piece of this. And I'm not just going to rip at this paper. If I had a smaller scrap, I would have used that, but oh well. So I'm going to use this teal kind of color, turquoise-ish. I think this is really pretty. I think it's going to go really well with the background color I chose. So I will be right back. Hell yeah. It's so pretty. Oh my gosh. Really nice. Okay, so with this guy, I'm just going to glue it down. So I'm just going to glue it down right there, and I'll be right back. Okay, I have my card base down here. I'm just going to put some weight on it so I don't have to sit there and hold it. But we have this guy. And I'm just going to put the glue on here, but if you want to put it on the pieces, then you can definitely do that. There's an embossed area that I can see that I can follow there. Hope you can kind of see that. And it's these pieces here. Pop this guy out. Oh, it's so sweet. Their little eyes are like closed. Cute. So, oh, see. I should have went ahead and put the glue on the back side of this piece, but this is just what I do, guys. There we go. And then this guy, just follow that area. Not too bad, not too shabby, alright. And I pop that down. How sweet. Like this one has little like rosy cheeks, you know what I'm saying? It's, I think it's supposed to be a little more feminine than the other one there. And then we just need to add our scarf and the little legs and all that. Now if you want to take a little something and add like some pink cheeks, of course you can definitely do that with like your little pigments and things. I just don't want to misplace these beaks, so let's make sure. Okay, so one beak is a little bit larger, the one's a little bit smaller. These are not indented in a way that shows you where the beaks go, but they're basically here and they're kind of small, so I'm definitely going to put a little glue here and a little glue here instead of putting it on that smaller piece. The bigger beak goes with a little gentleman here. And there's a little straighter area and there's an area that's a little more rounded. So that little more rounded area is going to go up just like in that little recess, I suppose. Yeah, that's where it looks best. Okay, and same thing with hers. It's much smaller, but it's a little bit more round here. I hope you can kind of see that. So we're just going to take that and put there. So my daughter wanted to get some henna, and so I helped her with that. And my hand is a little bit reddish, and I have some orangey red other areas of my hand. Sorry if you noticed that. We were at not the first football game of the year. The first football game of the year, we had gone to Phoenix that night, so my son missed it. But these look about the same, don't they? Yeah. It was funny when we went to the game this last Friday. I took a video of it. I haven't posted it yet, but there were little girls in front of us, and they were kind of playing with henna. Like teenage girls. I always call them little girls. To me, they're little girls. And I was like, well, that's kind of cool, because I had looked into getting some henna before we went to Hawaii last, because I thought Miranda might like that. But then I was like, I don't know. I just didn't do it. So they're just sitting there, they're just playing. Like one girl drawing the other one draws the other, so it was kind of nice. And then later on, this other girl pulls out a bag of homemade cookies. You can tell they're like chocolate chip cookies, nice and thick. And like, oh, okay, they're, each one gets one. They're just eating and talking. And I was telling my husband, I'm like, girls are the best, I'm telling you. Can you imagine boys, like they barely even talk, or if they talk, I'm hearing these conversations, guys, in the stands. And I'm like, okay. But, the girls are so fun. I was just like, yeah, that's how I want Miranda to be. Just doing arts and crafts and enjoying cookies with each other, Thought that was really sweet. So that was good. It was good to see. Anyhow, so Miranda really liked watching them do henna, So she's like, get henna. Yes, we can get henna. I was already thinking about it. I thought it was fun. And it came out really nice. I did a little design. I need some work. But it was pretty cool. Sorry for a story that has nothing to do with what we're doing here, but I usually keep those for different videos. But okay, so let's get our scarf. And, I use the same color on both, but if you want to make like maybe this background piece a little darker so it looks like it's behind, with the color, it basically goes like this. So there's like a little area there. I'll put this guy on there. Okay. So whatever it is that you want to do for that. And also, do you want to go ahead and just put it behind them so it just looks even more behind? I think that's cute. I think I'll do it that way. So get this guy on here, and you can definitely put dimensionals if you would like. And pop that on. They're little, that is so cute. I don't know it matters where this goes, just wherever you like for that to go. Of course, if you're going to pink their cheeks, you want to do that before this, because it's a little harder to get it back there now. And then this piece, I'll just put glue here, even though it's not really corresponding to that anymore, because I have it further behind. But I'm still lining it up as best I can, right? Cute. Okay. I'm going to let that set up, and I will be right back. Okay, I think that's ready to go, and this should be nice and just held down there. And so we can just put our little guys right here. Maybe I should put a strip. I've been doing that a lot recently, just like a little band, so maybe I will. Let's cut a white piece of cardstock. Oh wait, hold on. No, not white. What other color can I bring in that's fun? If I'm using these kinds of colors, I like purple or something, just kind of I don't know. The reason I'm saying not white is because I think I want to stamp this on white paper. So what'll I do without you this Christmas? Maybe there's gonna be some kind of separation, or just not being able to get together, right? Okay, so you have that. Snow glad we're friends. That's very cute. And you're a true gift. I mean, let's do snow glad we're friends. And maybe a light blue, since to pull that, and then not quite green. Okay, let's do that. I'll be right back. Okay, I know this blue isn't quite right, but most of it's going to be covered anyway. So let's go with this one. I'll cut this down first. And I guess I'll have it go across as much as this is. So that's 5 3/8. By, let's see. I think we did 1 inch. That's plenty. 1 inch is kind of sad. Let's do 1 1/4 inch. Just take up a little more space. So 1 1/4 inch. By 5 3/8, right? Wherever we end up putting that. And then usually I stamp and then cut, but I'm gonna go ahead and cut this right now. So if that's 1 1/4, let's do 1 1/8. Wait, is that gonna be too skinny? Let me see what 1 1/8 looks like. By 5 3/8. Yeah, I think I cut that crooked. So let me do that again. But 5 3/8. I had a feeling it was going off a little bit there. Now this is gonna be a little tricky because of the way I'm having to hold it. But 1 1/8. That's what I said. 1 1/8. It's just the small amount over here I can tell was off. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. I mean, there's a lot of white paper, but I didn't want to look too measly in the background. You know, you still want to take up a nice space. All right. And you can ink things up, of course, if you like. I just kind of went for it. And then we'll just pop this on here. So let's go with this. Blue ink would be nice. I'm going to go with black ink. I see a little rosette there from like another time that I made. I love rosettes. I'm thinking we need to make more rosettes very soon here. And I know that's off topic, but I just saw rosettes in there. I'm like, oh, that's cute. It's like one I made a while back. All right, let's see. These words look, it's because they're kind of done kind of wonky and fun. I can't tell if it's crooked. So if it's a little bit off, I will turn this over and stamp on the opposite side. Oh, I think that's good. Cute. So I'm going to glue these together and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm being very careful with this because that black ink will stay wet for a long time. Now let's see where I want to put this. Yeah, that's cute. Okay. So maybe like 1 1/4 or so off the bottom or from the bottom. I didn't really measure it, but I can see what I was thinking. Okay, hold on. That's crooked. So I'm looking at the lines on my grid to be able to tell you what I'm thinking here. And that's 1 inch. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. I guess it's about 1 inch off the base. Oop, move it more this way. Okay, it's already sticking. Come on. There we go. Okay, and I think I'm going to put some dimensionals behind him, or them, and I'll be right back. Okay, guys, really cute, quick, clean card. I love the way this looks. I didn't keep that down. I started doing something else. Oh no, I started putting these on here. I forgot to hold this down. You know, with all that texture back there, you really need to kind of hold your toppers down until they really want to stay. So cute. So just sweet, clean card. I love the way that came out. There you are. So thanks for watching, guys. I will have images coming up. I'll have the links there to Spellbinders in the description box, again, for the US and the UK. We'll follow up with our little puppy video and for all the other collections that came out this month. So thanks for watching, guys. I will see you all at the next one. Bye now.